Short disclaimer, I'm no way an expert on Sugar Daddy 101. I just know what I've researched and what I came across in life, and I'm just here to tell my story and some tips. What's up, y'all? So today is gonna be like a chit chat, get ready with me, but it's gonna be more like a story time slash like tips slash a whole bunch of stuff. So I was talking to one of my friends, excuse me, the other day about like sugar daddies, and I was telling her these stories that I had like encountered, the fake ones online, and she was like, girl, you need to be telling folks like you know what you've encountered. So I was like, might as well do like a little get ready with me and share my stories. Okay, so I've never had a sugar daddy. Some of my friends have. I was like, I want to try it out, so I looked on like YouTube to see like the best ways to find one, and a lot of them were like, um these online sites, but a lot of them, like, they say they're free, but you have to end up paying like a subscription. And I was just like no. And then the ones that this one site that I went on just for giggles, um they basically wanted like relationships, not no little sugar baby. They wanted full-on relationships because they were like, they wanted to see you. Like, I understand like you're giving people money, but it was like the things they were asking for, that's definitely defined as a relationship in my book. And I was just like, that's nasty. I'm not doing none of that ever. No, not with nobody, daddy, granddaddy, whatever. So one day I tweeted and was like, where the real sugar daddies at? And of course, all the little, I guess it flagged the sugar daddies, and they're like, DM me. So I DM'd 3 of them. And of course, I looked on their page and whatever. So we get to chit chatting. And the first red flag that I noticed was when they gave me, like, when they said where they were from. First off, when they were asking me like to tell them about me, I'm not about to give you my information like that. Like, I'm a lie for one. Like, I don't know you, you don't know me. So I lied and said I was from such and such, and I work at such and such, because I mean, at the end of the day, they're trying to get your information, like the scammers. So 2 of them, they had said where they were from, and then they gave me their number. So me being me, I'm gonna look up the area code. The area code, flag number 1, did not match where they said they were from. So I asked them, I said, where are you from again? And then that's when they kind of got like a little hesitant, and I'm like, oh, well, why is your area code this area code, but you say you're from Texas or Cali? And then they're like, oh, well, I travel a lot. I said, still, who travels then buys a phone then comes back? So I'm like, whatever. So we were messaging, and they were saying like how like they would set it up with payments and everything. And one of them, which I've already googled like things to look out for, when people claim that they're sugar daddy, and they were 2 of them were like, they would need access to my credit card account and my bank account so that they could pay. And I was like, why? Y'all don't have Cash App, y'all don't have PayPal, y'all have none of that. Like, this is literally 2019 about to be 2020, and y'all sitting here telling me y'all have none of that. So one of them, he was saying like it messes up his account and funds. Like his accountant does all his stuff. Okay, your accountant is handling you giving money to a sugar baby. All right. So one of them, I was just like, he was talking about his daughter. I'm like, oh, send me a picture of you and your daughter. So he sent me a picture. So I zoom in on the picture and I was like, why? I said, do you have an iPhone? He said, do you want an iPhone? I said, no, do you have an iPhone? He was like, why? I said, because your messages are green and I can see an iPhone in the picture, like in your glasses, me being a detective and all. So then I said, well, why can't you text me from your iPhone? And so he didn't respond for like a long time. And so then the next one, it was kind of the same thing. I asked him for a picture, but they were all like, I'm gonna insert right here all the pictures like that this particular person, sugar daddy, sent me, because they were all so posed, like you could get them on Google. So I was like, you don't have any normal photos? And then he claimed he had an iPhone but was texting me off of his work phone. So he was like, he needed my bank account because I have 2 different ones, and he was like, just the one with the lowest amount. And so me being me, I took all that money out. I mean, I wasn't gonna give it to him, but it sounded real at the time, I'm not gonna lie. And so I wasn't responding back, so he was like, I'll tell you what I do. I'ma do a check. But before this, he was like getting antsy because he was like, something closes at your bank at like 6. This person lived in Cali, so they're like 2 hours behind. I said, no, it closes at me for 8. So he was trying to like rush me to get my information from my bank. And I was just like, why are you trying to rush this today? I was like, there's always tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that. No, you want to get to know me? We gonna get to know each other. Best believe it. But it was like he was asking me questions, you know, like those questions, like security questions, like your childhood best friend, your car, like nickname, favorite movie type of stuff. Those were the type of questions he was asking me. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm a lie, for one. And so just kept asking me questions or whatever. And so I didn't give him any of my bank account information. And so, you know, like I kept asking him like, why can't you do this, why can't you do that? And of course their number one answer is why would I want to steal from you? I'm the one trying to give you money. And I'm just like, I mean, that's a valid point, but at the end of the day, like, if you really want to help, you be as patient as possible, because at the end of the day, this is your money going like to somebody else. So I didn't respond, and I told him I wasn't gonna do it. So he was like, I'm gonna tell you what, or they were like, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna give you one of my other sugar baby's social medias, and you can go ask her on Instagram, because he said he had no Instagram, he just had a Twitter. What old man just has a Twitter? At least have a Facebook. He said he didn't have it because he got a divorce and blah 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 blah. Okay, so I find the girl, I message her, and it was like she had an attitude, and I'm pretty sure whoever I was messaging, that's who it was, because later on in the story you'll find out. So she was like, yeah, he's my sugar daddy. I was like, so how does he do this, do that? And meanwhile he's like blowing my phone up. I'm like, I'm trying to get as much information as possible right now, so I know that you're real. So after that, I still didn't give him my information. I didn't, and I wouldn't. And he was like, so this is what we gonna do. He was like, I'ma have my accountant write you over a check, you know, ask for my email or whatever. And so I gave him an email I don't use or whatever. And so when they sent it over, I'm gonna insert what the check looked like right here, because I was like, this don't look like no real check. And so he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, this looks real fake, like real fake. So there was a person on top, like the name. I googled the name. this is what came up for the name. A freaking obituary. An obituary. Why are you writing checks? Fake checks at that. With a dead lady as the contact. And like, this man says he's from California, and the check was, the address was like Florida. So I was just like, this is dead. So by then, they're getting mad. Like mad. So then another red flag that caught me off guard. Like, that's when I guess we started going back and forth, and they told my son, no cap. What old, like, 40, 50-year-old white man do you know that says no cap? Which one do you know? Because I don't know any that say that. No slang of such sorts. And so that's when I started going back off, because I'm like, I mean, I got time, you got time. And so I'm gonna insert right here everything that's said, because I don't want to say some of the words that was used. But yeah, so they were saying like that they were gonna block me. I mean, of course you're gonna block me because I found out the truth, and all this other stuff. So that was one sugar daddy. The other one that I was in contact with, he seemed real at first. Like, this is the story how it all started, where I figured it was a scam. He was saying that he was out of town for work, and he was headed to Walmart to get his kids some toys or gift cards or whatever for them. So then he was saying like, oh crap, you know, the Walmart he was going to was under renovation. I've never really seen a Walmart under renovation. So he was like, can you do this one thing for me? He was like, go to your Walmart and get, it was like a $800 gift card. He was like, keep $600 for you and get $800 in gift cards for my kids, because they really want these gift cards. I said, why you gotta give them to them right now? I said, you can't give them to them later or for Christmas or whatever. He was like, they really want them. And I'm thinking like, first of all, how they gonna get them if you're not even in town? I was like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable doing that. He's like, well, you keep the $600. And I kid you not, he gave me, I don't know whose bank account information it was to like add to my credit card account. He was like, let me know when you put it in your account. I was like, I'm not putting that in my account. I'm not. Because I read somewhere that when they give you stuff like that, like fake checks or like bank account stuff, they'll do fraudulent things, and like it won't show up in your account until like 2-3 weeks later, even a month later. And by then, I know people probably spent that money in there. So now you're responsible for giving that money back to the bank. So I told him, no, I'm not putting your information on my credit card payment system. And so he just kept saying like, they really want these gift cards, blah 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 blah. I said, so you mean to tell me all you got is a Walmart? I said, you can't go to like nowhere else, no Kroger, no Publix, none of that. Y'all ain't got no more of them. And so I also read, and I've seen it before, they'll be like, go get a gift card, like a $50 gift card, and I'll put more money on it. All you have to do is show me the back of it and like scratch off the pin or whatever. And I was like, why do I need to get you a gift card and spend money on it when I could get like a smaller one or whatever? And that's when, of course, they'd be like, well, I'm the one trying to give you money, and you sitting here questioning me, you know, I'm the one with all the money, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I'm not buying this hype. Like, you could try to sell this dream to somebody else, but I'm not the one. So by then, I just started messaging him back. So he started like messaging me multiple times on Twitter. And I was just like, bro, leave me alone. Block. Like, all these people ended up getting blocked. So then I started to do my own Twitter research. Because, you know, if you see nowadays, like on Twitter, anytime you tweet about a sugar daddy, like pages will pop up and it'll automatically be like DM me. So I started to notice, like, I was looking at people's locations, like these quote unquote sugar daddies, and a lot of them said Nigeria. Like, a lot of them, whether they were black or white or what. A lot of them said Nigeria. I don't know if that's a coincidence. All the sugar daddies in Nigeria, which I doubt it. But a lot of them were like Nigeria. And I was just like, no. And so, I was just like, this is weird. Like, so I started to look at the pictures they were posting, you know, like of them, quote unquote, giving people money, depositing it. And like with the Cash App that they were doing, you can only deposit a certain amount of money in Cash App, or like give somebody a certain amount. And the pictures that they were using, it was saying like they had done over that said limit. So that's a red flag. And then a lot of the pictures look like they were using the same pictures on each page, whether it be PayPal or Cash App, or it's like somebody's bank. A lot of them looked like the same, basically. And then when they would like show them messaging people, they would crop out, of course, their name, but then they would keep the information, like they're like them giving them their bank information. And to me, I'm just like, why are you showing me somebody else's bank information, quote unquote? Because if you don't know if I'm a scammer or not, like, you don't know if I can go on our girl stuff and take her money, which I mean I'm not, but I was just like, you still don't, you're not believable to me. Like, it's not at all. But yeah, just some key things to look out for when they be like gift cards. No, gift cards is a #1 red flag. They be like, go to the store and get this gift card and do this. No, because if they can't give you no cash through Cash App, PayPal, or like Venmo or Zelle or whatever, don't believe it. And if they ask for your bank account information, because to transfer money, you don't even need somebody's bank account information like that. Like, you don't, all you need is, I think, their routing number and account number. You don't need their login access. You don't need any of that, because for one, how are you going to transfer money if you log into the account? Now it looks like you're the person whose account it is. And so I'm just like, they must think I'm freaking boo-boo the goddamn fool, because I'm not falling for none of this. Like, I really did it because I was bored one day and I was just like, let me just see what these folks be talking about, if they real or not. And to me, none of it seemed authentic. And like, honestly, I feel like if you gonna want to meet a sugar daddy, I would do it on one of the websites you have to pay for, or like in person. Honestly, like if I was real life, real deal, going to meet a sugar daddy or wanted a sugar daddy, I would not do it on Twitter. I would not do it on Instagram, none of that. I might do it on Facebook, because you know all the old folks, they be on Facebook. But I would definitely not do it on Instagram or Twitter, because yes, there are some older people on these social media websites, but not that many. And not half of them like my daddy. My daddy is 65. This man barely knows how to work his Instagram, barely know how to work his Facebook. A lot of them are not tech savvy to be going through and looking through all these hashtag sugar daddy, sugar mama, this type stuff. Oh, another one. This one girl, she was a sugar mama. So I messaged her and was like, you still looking for a sugar baby or whatever? And they're like, yeah. You know, I was like, oh, well, a lot of them been trying to scam. You know, I done heard it all. And so then she was like, well, what have you heard? And I told her. And after I told her everything I had, like, a sugar, quote unquote, sugar daddy had told me before to try and scam me, she didn't even message me back, because she knew, baby, I'm not falling for what you saying. I'm not, I won't, and I will never, because I done heard it all. I have. And none of them have gotten my information. Ever. And they won't. Because it's dead. It's dead. But that's pretty much my sugar daddy story. I mean, I've never had one. If there's one looking at this YouTube right now and they want to be like a real authentic sugar daddy, let me know. You know, I don't mind an extra few dollars here and there. Oh, and another thing, the one that I like, me and this person went back and forth, like, you know, arguing. They because I had lied to them and told them I worked somewhere I didn't, and they were like, you know, like, you broke, you work here, you do this, you do that. And I'm just like, these words are not offending me at all, because I was like, at the end of the day, you're the one trying to scam somebody. Like, you thinking you getting a giggle out of this, I'm getting a giggle out of this, because I can righteously just put all of the pages right here and have people report them and stuff. But I mean, that's not gonna stop them from making a new page and doing it to somebody else. So I just wanted to share my sugar daddy experience, or fake sugar daddy experience at that. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna finish doing my makeup, and I hope you guys enjoyed my little story time. I know it was a little scatterbrained just because it was too much going on, but I mean, I hope you guys were informed and you know what to look for in scamming sugar daddies and whatever in life. And make sure y'all are subscribing, and see y'all in the next video.